Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
That's what I tell them. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. How to code, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another episode of the Success Chronicles. And man, I'm excited about this one to have Coach DJ Mann on with us. Great guy, doing some great things. Fellow West Texas A&M Buff alum. So, always have followed his journey, man. I'm just so excited to have him on and highlight him because he's doing some amazing things. So first, Coach, thanks so much for taking the time to interview on the Success Chronicles.
Man, this is big time. I followed you and all the things you do, seeing you at coaching school and everything. And I saw my boy Anthony Armstrong on the show. And I was
Yes,
like,
sir.
man, I would so like to be on this show today. And I commented, and it's crazy that you DM me about being on the show. So I'm pretty fired up about this.
Man, that's awesome, Coach. I appreciate those kind words and same sentiments to you, man. I've just been following you from afar. I think it's awesome, your journey with, coaching at your high school where you went and of course being a WT alum and, just so happy for you and that, now being at Ole Miss on the college level, man, just so happy for you with your journey and the impact that you have been making and that you're going to continue to make on those people that you're blessed to be around. So, man, just showing you some love and support too, brother.
Appreciate it, brother. Real talk.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, let's dive into it, man. If you don't mind just sharing, about some of your journey so people have an idea of who you are and what it is you do.
Man, I'm DJ Man. I'm from Lubbock, Texas. Lubbock Coronado grad. Raised right on the east side of Lubbock, central Lubbock. Not the greatest parts of town, but blessed to be able to say that I'm in this position I'm in because of that. Played ball. Football has been a part of my life since I was probably 4 years old, man. I'm 39 now. So I like to tell people I'm not really good at anything else, but was an educator, high school football coach for 18 years. I'm now the assistant director of player personnel at Ole Miss, and I'm super blessed. I really don't know how to describe it, man. I'm chasing this dream. It's a big sacrifice that me and my family are making, but so far, man, it's been all love.
So good. Well, what are three things you've accomplished in your life that you're proud of?
Man, I've been married for over double-digit years now, and been a dad for a long time. Very proud of that. Um, Getting my master's was something that I said I would never do once I finished my undergrad. And then, having the opportunity to be a head football coach in the state of Texas at your alma mater is something that I'll never forget. Something that I'll always take with me. Some memories that I'll always have.
So good. It's crazy how, all of those things intertwine, right? You talked about, being a father and, being married and, I know because I've been a coach too, you have to have that support uh, from the house to be exceptional in what you do on the job, right? And so it intertwines, and then you have to have the support to be able to continue to grow as well, because all of that stuff, getting your masters, being involved in the groups that you're involved in, those things that you've done, it involves time away. So you have to have that spouse, that loving family at the house that really understands your passion and your drive. And man, you have to be grateful for those people.
Oh, 100%, man. There's no way I'm where I'm at right now without, my wife, Allison.
Mhm.
son Obi and my son Trey. I mean, my oldest son went to probably 3 high schools. I don't know how
Mm.
many middle schools and elementaries. My youngest son is on school probably number 5, and he's just going to the 8th grade. Uh, I mean, they had to make some major sacrifices for me to be able to chase my dream. Not only, being a high school coach, moving all over the state of Texas, but now, I mean, we're in Mississippi, man. We're a long way from home. We have no family here. All we can do is lean on each other and some of the
Yeah.
people that I know. So, I'm having fun going out chasing the dream, and I feel like they're making the ultimate sacrifice so we can have a chance to live a really good life.
Mhm. Well, just hearing you talk about your journey, the things that you've been blessed and fortunate to achieve, the things that you're proud of, I would consider that to be hugely successful. So let's hit on success. What is your definition of success?
Man, my definition of success is just living the life that you want to live. you know. It doesn't necessarily mean you're making a ton of money. It doesn't necessarily mean you have always the best things, the fancy cars, the huge house, but you're able to live that life that you want to live. You're able to do the things that you want to do, and to me, and if you're doing that, I think you're successful.
So good. So good. I agree with that. I think too, just to add on that, I think when you allow yourself to do the things that you talked about, I think it gives you a fulfillment as well.
Yeah, it's because it's like I've been doing this for 18, 19 years now, and it's
Hmm.
never been like working. It's never been
Yeah.
like, man, I'm miserable. I got to get up and go to
Yeah.
I got to get up and go to work. I have to go coach these kids. I have to go teach these special needs kids. Man, it's been like, man, I get an opportunity to go change lives every day.
Come on.
And I'm getting a chance to do what I want to do. I've always wanted to be involved in athletics and football, and I get to do that. So to me, I feel like there's a some level of success to that. Just doing what you want to do.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt about it. Well, what I want to do now is just kind of go off script a little bit, and if you don't mind, man, I want to throw it like maybe three phrases or three words at you, and you just talk about what comes to mind when you hear those. You okay with that?
With it, man.
Hey, and then I'm gonna give you a warning too, man. I gotta ask you for a WT story too. So so I'm gonna ask you that later. So be ready for that. But the first phrase I want to throw at you is making adjustments.
Oh wow, making adjustments is huge, man. For example, right now, me and me and my family, we're in Mississippi, and we're actually living in a temporary house. We've been here since April, and we have not lived in our permanent residence. And 2 weeks after we got into our temporary home, we had to move out to another temporary home for 4 days because they had this place rented out, the Airbnb that we're staying in. So you know, I always, when I was a head coach in Lubbock, I told my guys to be flexible because you never know what's going to happen. And when you're an athletic coordinator, things come 100 miles an hour. So be able to adjust and be flexible.
It's good, so good. All right, the next phrase I want to give you is living and learning.
Um, if you're not learning, what are you doing?
Come on.
I've put that on Twitter. I've put that on Facebook. I don't care who you are. You're considered the GOAT. At whatever you do, if you're not out trying to learn something, I believe you're wasting time. I mean, you have an opportunity to learn until the day you take your last breath, and that's what helps you to develop. That helps you gain that success, man. So like, if you're not trying to learn anything, like every now in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm gonna go get that PhD. you know, every now and again. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
gonna happen, but every now and again. But that's one cool thing about the position that I have now, man. I've been on the other side. I've been doing high school for so long that every day I go to work now, man, I'm learning something new. And I tell myself I'm trying to fast track because I think I'm an old guy in this college profession. So, I'm trying to learn and grow as much as I can.
Good. All right. So the last one I want to give you I'm gonna pause a little bit before I give you this one, and coach, and then I'm gonna give you the one. Hey, this is the good one right here. This is the good one. All right. So the last one I want to give you is legacy.
Legacy, man, that's huge. My last name is Mann. It's so important to me. Some people think it's silly, but I tattooed it on my arm because of the legacy that my grandfather left. You know, he had a lot of kids. My dad's got like 9 brothers, 9 sisters, 4 brothers that he had.
Wow.
So the Mann legacy was something that's very important. My cousin Tamil and David Mann, you know, they try to do their best to represent this last name on television and movies and all those things. And I'm trying to do my best to represent this name in the athletic world, in the educational world, man. So, you know, I also have, you know, stars tattooed on my arm, that 3 stars that represent, you know, one for my wife and one for each of my sons. And everything I do is for my son. You know, a lot of people are upset at LeBron because he's able to put his son in a good position because of his legacy. And if you're a dad, you should understand that's what I'm working to do. Like I'm hoping that when my son graduates high school, gets out of college, he has a job waiting for him in college scouting because of some of the things that I've done in my life.
So good. I love that. Well, what I want you to do now, Coach, man, if you have any West Texas, a good West Texas A&M story that you remember, man, that you would like to share.
Man, I want to talk about grinding. You know, my
Mm,
West Texas story. I was telling my wife the other day. We talk. My oldest son, he's a junior at Prairie View,
mm,
and you know, I tell my wife he don't know nothing about grinding. So we stayed at 403 10th Avenue. My dog is about to jump up here. I'm sorry. We
no
stayed at
worries.
403 10th Ave. All right, in the summertime, and I would say there was probably a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom house. There was probably 8 of us living there. You know, we didn't have furniture in our den because at nighttime we would put out about 4 air mattresses, and that's where we would stay. You know, I remember my mom talks about looking at my bank account, and we had an office down the street, and she'd be like,
Yep.
"You spending $2.30 every day?" I said,
Burrito.
I'm eating 2 burritos and I'm getting a toss every day because I'm trying to survive. Like I'm not out eating steaks. I'm not out, you know, begging y'all for money so I can go do this. And like I'm eating. I remember eating all soups. Me and Anthony Armstrong, I think we ate all soups like 28 straight days. And that's just grinding, trying to survive, trying to be successful, you know, trying to not to have to bear, you know, bother our parents, man. So I just remember many summers like we staying on Fourth Avenue, man, with 8 or 9 of us just in a little bitty house, trying to patch up to go across the street and get some 99-cent cheeseburgers just so we can survive and so we can eat. And I think, man, I wouldn't change any of that because I think now I know how to grind. Like, I ain't afraid to be broke. Like I've been there before. So I know how to grind. I know how to hustle. I know how to work crazy jobs, man. And that's one thing that Kane, Texas taught me is like how to make you some good friends, surround yourself with good people, and grind and go get it.
And I love that because I wholeheartedly agree with you. I tell people this, man. College college taught me to realize who I was. You know, I was raised, great family, great people in my community, but like when you get on your own, you got to figure out mama and them ain't there, right? You gotta you gotta figure it out, dog. And so, man, it's great. It was a similar, experience for me, but then also I think the beauty of that is the relationships that you gain too. Um,
100%.
my just like you talked about Anthony and I got teammates that I play. I mean, we still talk a couple times a week, to the day. Every time we're in the same vicinity, we connect, and so those kind of things. And I'm truly grateful for that experience because, like where I'm from, like Canyon's like a 9, almost 10-hour drive to get there, right? So I was like, man, but it ended up being a great place for me, and I'm glad to hear you talk about your journey and your story there too, because mine was very similar, and I'm truly grateful for the people in that community, the coaches that we had at that time, my friendships that I've made and still
Mhm.
have, because it's really helped me in my life, man.
No doubt, man. And it's like the same people, that 6 or 7 people that I was living with in those houses grinding. Like I'm on a text thread with them right now.
Yeah.
We talk
Yep.
all the time, and we didn't win a ton of games when I first got there. We struggled. Like I said, I wouldn't trade it because those
Mhm.
guys have lifted me up and
Yeah.
helped me with things I'll never be able to repay them back for.
Facts, big facts. Well, coach, as we close, I'd love for you to get an opportunity to share with the audience where they can go follow you and check you out and show you some love with all the amazing things you got going on.
I'm a Twitter junkie, man. You can find me on Twitter, the man Junior, ThaMannJr. Love to post about different things. I'm at Ole Miss now, so a lot of my posts you'll see will be about Ole Miss and just random things. And I like Twitter has, believe it or not, man, has helped my career because a lot of people have recognized me at coaching school or just out in the streets, or I go out of town and be, hey man, you coach Mann from Twitter, or I saw something you put about recruiting or trying to help kids. So man, I big shout out to Twitter or X or
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, again, I just want to say, man, thank you so much for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles, and I wish you continued success.
Man, I really appreciate it. This is a blessing. Thank you for having me on. This means the world to me, man. Just kind of be able to share with you for a little bit, and hopefully somebody gets something out of it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure they will. And thank you guys for checking out this episode. We'll see you next time. God bless. Go get it.